Instagram and hi Facebook. So I wanted to come on here to let you guys know that enrollment is closing tonight on the membership. I am just so overwhelmed and so excited for everyone that has joined already. If you already joined this round, thank you so much. It's been so great getting to kind of like virtually meet everyone in the Facebook group. I've seen all of your little introductions coming in, which have been so great. So enrollment's closing tonight at midnight, and I want to make myself available to answer any questions that anyone has. Hi from Quebec over there on Facebook. But I want to make myself available to answer any last minute questions you have. I don't want, the reason that you don't join is because you didn't get a question answered. There's no question too silly, too small, too stupid, whatever. If you have that question, most likely someone else does. So feel free to drop it on Instagram or Facebook. If you aren't watching this live, you can drop it in later or just message me. I'm going to make sure to kind of make myself really available tonight to answer all of those questions. And I've showed you on Instagram a few times. We have a little comment kind of chat feature on our membership site, so you can even drop the comment question right in there and we'll respond right away and get your question answered. So start throwing questions in if you have them, and while you're typing, I just really want to let you know kind of how excited I am about this membership. I know I keep saying excited and I keep talking about it and I can't stop, but guys, I really am. It's been such a fun experience. It's been so fun building this out and then seeing it kind of come to life as the members use it. We welcomed our first group back in September, and we're welcoming our new group in now. And it's been so exciting to see the different ways that the teachers utilize the group and get the feedback from them about how valuable this is. And oh my gosh, that means the world to me, because my goal with everything I do, whether it's a podcast or a TBT product or doing a presentation, as I spent today doing, which is, if I start losing my voice, it's because I've been talking all day. So it's getting that feedback that this has been valuable. That just means so much to me. And, really seeing kind of over the months that there have been very few cancellations, which to me that says a lot too, that people are on there, they're utilizing it, and they're finding things that are useful for them. That means really so much to me. Amy on Facebook said you can't get on the Facebook group, so email customer service. We will get you on today, tomorrow. It's customerservice@theautismhelper.com. Oftentimes people, they sign up with an email address that isn't linked to their Facebook group, so Amy will get you all set up, don't worry. So I feel really comfortable in saying that if you're at all on the fence on this, like if this has intrigued you at all, and you've been like, this is so new and different, could this be for me? I really kind of have enough confidence today to say that I think you should jump in and do it, because you have to wait 9 months to do it again. This is the last time we're opening enrollment for this school year, and you really have nothing to lose. We have a refund policy. If you join and within the first 2 weeks you decide this really just isn't for me, cool, no questions asked, refund. I want people in the group that really want to be there and are finding it helpful. Oh my gosh, you made my day, Vidya. She said she joined last weekend and can't stop watching the videos. They are amazing. Thank you, love that, love hearing that feedback. So, when you join and you start watching the videos, if you decide, you might be like, our users on Instagram be like, this is amazing, or if you decide this really just isn't for me right now, no problem. And if you start using it a few months and you decide that, your life's getting in the way or other personal things have happened and it's no longer the right time in your life to be part of a membership, also no problem. There's no minimum amount of months you can join. You can cancel at any time. So I really wanted to make it something that's accessible for everyone, that's usable for everyone, and there's really, like I said, not going to be this risk. If you're on the fence, I really recommend that you jump in and join us, because it's been a lot of fun. I was kind of sharing on Instagram today that I spent the afternoon doing a behavior change PD, and it was a lot of fun. And one of the administrators and I were joking that she's like, we have way more people that showed up that were supposed to come. Like we had conference conference crashers today, like not wedding crashers, like PD crashers, which was pretty funny. And to me, I kind of love that because it shows what a need for training and community there is in this field. So people are wanting to come to a PD that they weren't necessarily invited to. To me, that really shows how much we need things like the membership and PD that's aligned to our needs in our life. So that was really fun to kind of have that moment. And as I was going through my session this afternoon, I've really pulled the best parts of my in-person workshops when I travel all around the country, all around Canada, and give presentations. I've pulled my best stuff out of there and turned it into a training video for you guys. So one of my favorite things that I love talking about in my behavior PD is replacement behaviors. Well, that's a video this month in the membership. So if you are like, what's a replacement behavior? I want to learn about that. You can join tonight and watch the replacement behavior video tonight. So back up, why I feel really confident that if this is something that you were thinking about doing, why this would be a good fit for you is really 3 of my goals when setting this up and starting to build this out were, one, that this was going to be applicable to everyone. So under this special ed umbrella, you know, we have wildly different jobs, whether you are a preschool teacher, high school, self-contained, resource. You know, you might teach a classroom that's more focused with kids with autism versus kids with other disabilities. You know, our jobs can all be so different. But to me, there are some guiding principles that every classroom, every team, every child really needs. It's how we apply these guiding principles that will differ in our classrooms. So I wanted it to really be something that wasn't age specific, that wasn't, you know, level or diagnosis specific, but are going to be these like framework strategies that we can apply in any setting. And I said this, you know, kind of, I always comment on this when I do PDs like I was doing today, that when I consult with a child with special needs that's in a more inclusion setting, and I talk to the teacher about different strategies to utilize and, you know, whatever we're working on with that child, it always cracks me up because this happens all the time. When I come back, the teacher's like, oh my gosh, Sasha, did you know those things you told me to do with this kid, those things worked for everyone? And I'm like, yeah, like these aren't special ed voodoo strategies. These are great teaching and best practices that are going to work towards so many different types of learners. Christina has a great question here. It's good stuff, but I can't always get the buy-in, so it's hard to spend the money on it. So I hear that so much. One of the things I hear resounding from teachers is the struggle with staff training. I hear it time and time again. Hardest part of your job, I get staff training. Biggest struggles this week, staff training. You know, biggest barriers to success, staff training. And I built a lot of this membership around that. So every single month, you get a new video, a new strategy about specifically staff training. I show you how to use the videos in the membership for your staff training. That's what a lot of the members do right now. They sit down with their teams and they watch one of the videos together, and I have worksheets and templates. Buy-in takes time. Buy-in does not happen overnight, but looking at like best practices in the leadership world, that's really where I've pulled a lot of the staff training component, not only from the ABA world, but from the leadership world as well, because that leadership industry in the business world is a multi-million-dollar industry. CEOs and big-time, you know, managers of big companies, they get coaches to help them be better leaders. It's hard. So if that's something you struggle with, know that you are 100,000,000% not alone. And that is something we talk about every single month in the membership. That's something I really built out around something that I know a lot of people want to work on and want to progress on. So that's a huge focus. Christina has another good question over here on Facebook. Is this geared towards teachers and classroom management? So I really, as I was saying, I set it up to be really applicable to anyone in that special ed world. So we have a lot of teachers that are members, we have paraprofessionals, we have clinicians, we have BCBAs, we have RBTs, we have parents. Because every month we're gonna get videos in 4 big categories. It's, class, as I said, staff training, class structure, academics, and behavior and communication. So there's gonna be training videos under those 4 categories every month, with, you know, kind of ways you can put that into practice in a home setting, in a clinic setting, in a school setting. So classroom management is definitely going to be a component on it. We talk about behavior every single month. I know that's like everyone's favorite thing to talk about, and let's be real, it's my favorite thing to talk about. So behavior is a really big focus, but you need all the pieces to the puzzle too, because you need, as Christina said, you need your staff on board. You need your, you got to get your academics organized. You got to get your data there. So we really need all the pieces of the puzzle, which is why I set it up the way that I did. So my other goals, I keep getting sidetracked by your great questions, guys. So my other goals when setting this up was, like I said, I wanted it to be applicable to everyone. And then I wanted it to be really easy to consume. So you guys are like so busy, right? We are a busy group as a special ed teacher, as a clinician, as a BCBA, as a special ed parent. Like extra time is not a luxury. Like you probably haven't read a book for fun in a while. So I wanted something that would fit into your busy life because this is an add-on. You're taking this on to get better at your job. So this I wanted to really fit into whatever kind of structure you wanted. The videos are short. They were around 10 minutes. There's all kinds of differentiation options. You can listen to it like a podcast. You can download just the audio version. You can download the transcript. You can watch the video. You can have closed captioning. So there's all kinds of options. And if you listen to the podcast with all of the members, it was so interesting to hear the different ways they utilize them. Like one of my members was like, oh, the first day it comes out, I spend a Saturday afternoon, I watch all of them. Another one's like, I watch it at my lunch breaks and sometimes my social worker comes and watches it with me. So I wanted it to fit into your life. So we had a few good questions over here on Facebook. Let me grab these. So Christina asked, when you sign up, when do you get billed if it's monthly? So if you sign up today, your first payment will go out today, and then it will go out, what day is that? The 27th, right? Then it will continue to go out on the 29th. But you can, if the 29th is not a great rebill day for you, like maybe you get paid on the 30th of every month, you can go in and change your rebill day. So you'll be billed on the same month, but you can go in and change it after you sign up. Crystal had a really good question. You get to keep the materials after you finish the course. So the great thing about this is as long as you are a member, you get to keep everything. All the previous month's videos stay there. You don't have to watch it in a certain time period. You can go back to month one. If you watched the Behavior Change Masterclass and you loved it, you wanted to show it to more people, it's in there. You will always have access to that. So as long as you are a member, you get to keep access to all of the training videos. And every month you get to download 3 resources and those all stay in your resource library. So you get always access to that. Great question. Let me see. Click on this guy. My iPad is not cooperating with me. All right, I can't see the end of your question, Christine, because my iPad is not listening here. But you said you work with clients on the spectrum in one-on-one in-home programming. So I wasn't sure if this would still benefit me. I'm assuming that's what the end of your thing says. So I already have a bunch of RBTs and BCBAs that work in an in-home or clinical setting that are part of this group. And as I said, it's no risk. If you sign up and you decide it's really not for you, cool. But I really urge that in-home clinical setting to really kind of embrace some of the school topics as well. So it's definitely geared more towards a teacher, but so many of these strategies, especially everything in the behavior tab, that applies in the in-home setting. Everything in the staff training, I mean, in-home is staff training, right? We're gonna work with mom and dad, we're gonna work with siblings. If you are a BCBA and you have RBTs, I mean, staff training is huge there. And then when we talk about class structure and academics, a lot of the things that we talk about in those sections I think can be really applied to these settings as well. Like for example, my video for class structure this month is how to use visuals for teaching academics. Those are so things you can use in an in-home setting, right? So there's a lot of cool downloads you get with that video and different ways you can approach that. Another video we have this month is tips for group instruction. So that might not super apply to the in-home setting, but you do want to be thinking about in your in-home, how can I be getting this child ready to generalize these skills in other settings? So when we're with groups, we're going to have to wait our turn, and we're going to have to listen to our peers, and we're going to have to comment and ask reciprocal questions. So these are things I can pull into my in-home therapy to help generalize these skills. So I definitely think it would still be a good fit for you to kind of touch on all those skills. So question over here on Instagram, do you have any early learner resources? I'm a first-year teacher with 3 to 5-year-olds. Yes, absolutely. We have a ton of preschool teachers, and I haven't even really told my current members this, but I want to create some little subgroups within here. So I'd love to, if you're a preschool teacher, connect you with other preschool teachers. If you're a BCBA in the schools, connect you with other BCBAs in the school. So if you're an early childhood teacher, you teach the babies, all of these concepts still apply. Actually, one of the members that I interviewed on the podcast, she's a preschool teacher, and we were talking about the Facebook group, and she's like, oh, the Facebook group is so great because she's an awesome teacher. And she's like, it's so cool to see, especially newer teachers, be like, oh, but I teach preschool. I can't do independent work in preschool. And she's on there typing away. She's like, yes, you can. And here's how you do it. And here's a picture of it in my room. So we definitely have things for the little guys. Within the resource section, you can pick which resources you download each month. So you can make sure to get things that are applicable to your classroom and are going to be really, well suited for your age level. So that's, something to consider too. So again, getting off track here. So my goals when I created this was it was applicable to everyone. It could fit into your busy life. And third, that it was evidence-based and real-world based. So I live in this kind of Venn diagram of ABA, special ed, where they live together so nicely. That's where I am. As a BCBA, I want everything I do and everything I teach you guys to be evidence-based. I want there to be data to back it up. I want to teach you guys strategies that work. I don't want anyone to waste their time. I want to approach problem behaviors. I want to approach increasing, appropriate behaviors and teaching new skills and training our staff. I want to approach all of that from an ABA perspective. And I know sometimes in the ABA world, when we're in the special ed world, it seems like ABA maybe doesn't work in a public school because we're understaffed, we're overcrowded, things that might work in an in-home or clinical setting don't necessarily work in a school setting. So I want everything that I teach you guys to not only have that ABA backing where it's evidence-based and there's data to support it, but it also can work in a variety of settings, from the in-home clinical to the school. So everything we're going to talk about are things that are real-world based for a busy classroom, for a busy home if you're a parent, or for that clinical in-home setting if you're a BCBA. So I really wanted to kind of have both things included in there. So a few other questions that I got earlier today, and please feel free to jump in with your last few questions. And as I said, I will jump back on later tonight to catch any more that come in. Questions I've been getting a lot are CEUs. So we do give CEUs. You can get one CEU a month, and you can request CEUs every 4 months. So every 4 months, you can request them. You'll get 4 CEUs sent if you click that you watched all the videos. I am an ACE provider from the BACB. So if you know what all those acronyms mean, if you're a BCBA, I give type 2 CEUs. And it's up to you if you're a teacher, if your district and state will accept my CEUs. But as an ACE provider, that usually is not a problem. Another question I've been getting a lot today, which someone kind of had touched on Facebook, is, I already own a lot of your TPT products. Is this still beneficial to me? Do I still need this? Oh, Christina just joined. Welcome. Congrats. I hope you really like it. Let me know what you think. So first of all, if you own a bunch of my TPT products, thank you. Very happy that you are a loyal shopper. But even if you own a ton of my stuff, I really think this is still going to be helpful for you. So remember, resources are tools. And we have to know how to utilize tools, and we have to know how to teach others to utilize tools. If someone were to give me a power saw and tell me to build a house, I would have no idea what to do. And then even if I did somehow magically know how to do that, I wouldn't know how to teach anyone else to do it. So in the membership, having these training videos that teach you the how and the why, even if you've been in this field for a long time and you're a veteran, it's so important to reconnect with the why and the how. And then to reconnect with, how do I teach this to my team? Yes, I know fading prompts is important. Yes, I know taking discrete trial data is important. Yes, I know how to do error correction. I know how to teach schedule use. But do your team members know that? Because that's a lot of our job, is teaching that. So I really wanted these videos to be able to fill that gap as well. So if you own a ton of my TPT products, which I have almost 500, so you probably don't own all of them, I still think this is going to be really useful because you'll be able to download some new things, and you'll also be able to, figure out new ways to use these things. And as I said, every month you'll get those 3 credits, so you can pick 3 things to download. And, some months if there's only 2 things you want to get or 1 thing you want to get, don't worry, those credits roll over. So you can pick more things the next month. So you can make sure that you're getting things that you don't already own and that your classroom really needs. And with this whole credit system, it's super simple. Everything in the little resource center is 1 credit. There's no this product's more money, it's this. It's all easy. And some of the products are pricier products. So some months you're getting a super good deal. So, definitely think about not only the product aspect, but the training aspect, because they go together really, really well in my mind. And then I've also been getting a lot of questions about what types of concepts. Is this solely focused on behavior? Is this solely focused on data? If I'm high school, will this apply? So I mentioned this a little earlier, and the 4 categories that the videos fall under every month are staff training, academics, class structure, and behavior and communication. So you get the video, and there's usually some templates or downloads included, and you can use those with your team. I've had some of my members show it to their social worker, show it to their OT or SLP, and they watch it together, and then they watch it with their paraprofessionals, which is so, so great. So if you're struggling to get that buy-in, you're struggling to get that team approach, you guys can go ahead and watch that pairing video together, or to watch that frequency data video together, and learn as a team and kind of get those takeaways as a group. It's really nice to not be the one as the teacher always telling them what to do. Let me tell them, right? I was talking actually about this today with an administrator when I was doing a PD. She was like, a lot of this stuff that you're talking about is things that we're already telling our staff. And I was like, I know, but I'm new, right? They knew I drove here, I got hired. I'm someone new telling them. And sometimes when you hear something from a new perspective, the way it's said or the perspective it comes from, it just hits home a little more. So even if you're like, oh man, the way I talk about reinforcement is the same as how Sasha talks about it, but when they watch the video, everyone gets it, it's because it's new and it's from a different voice. Or it's just backing up, it's validating what you've said. Okay, I'm hearing this from my teacher, I'm hearing from this girl from the training videos, this must work. So really thinking about that with your staff training as well. I think this is just so, so powerful for staff training, and it's something that I really wish I had as a young teacher, because staff training was something that I really, really struggled with. So let's kind of wrap up, because I am definitely going to lose my voice tonight. I've been talking all day, talking behavior change today. So enrollment's closing tonight, doors are closing at midnight. It's, tech people do it. I don't even know how that works. So if you kind of change your mind tomorrow, next week, next month, I really can't do anything about it. And it kills me. I had people last time that a week later were like, oh my God, I just learned about this. Can I join? And oh my God, you guys, I'm a rule follower. I just can't, right? And I don't physically know how. It's a whole tech thing. So I don't want you to be that person that changes their mind a week later. You really have nothing to lose. It's no risk. If you sign up and you log in and it's not for you, cool. No questions asked, you get a refund. If you join and use it for a few months and your money situation changes and you don't want it anymore, can't get it anymore, cool, cancel, no problem. We really wanted to make this something that's user-friendly for you and that you can put into action right away. So when you sign up, you get your email immediately. You can watch a training video tonight. You can watch a training video tomorrow with your team. You can print out something to use tomorrow in your classroom. I wanted quick and easy. I spent 10 years in the classroom. I get it. And I spent 10 years in a classroom that was crazy understaffed, super overcrowded. I always got the kids that should have been somewhere else. And I made it all work there. So you can too. And it's all about, having, that's right there, progress, not perfection. So I want things that are going to fit into your busy life and that you can utilize right away. And based on hearing from all of our current members from September and all these new members in January, they're really seeing that too. They're seeing the value, they're seeing it fit into their life, they're seeing it ready to use, and they're seeing progress with their kids. That's what it's all about. If you listen to that podcast episode, one of the teachers was talking about setting up the independent work systems, as I talked about in one of the videos, and she was like, one of my kids who had been working on this for so long, the first day worked by herself for 15 minutes. And she was like, I got to work with other kids, I got to take data, I got to do an assessment, and it was just huge, huge, huge. So really think about, you know, the impact that that can have on your kids, because that's what it's all about, is making that progress there. So thank you guys all for kind of keeping up with me on all these Facebook Lives this week, but I just want to make sure to get all of your questions answered. So if you have any other questions, like I said, woo, I'm gonna sneeze. Excuse me. Drop the questions. There's a little chat box on our website. The website is linked on Facebook and on Instagram. And enrollment will close tonight. So everyone that has joined, thank you. Everyone that is going to join, I'll see you there.